But he trying
You
to
heard
take
this
the car.
guy's the
He's a cousin,
right? Husband.
Husband. So he trying to take the car.
Nah, but I did hear him talking to somebody. See, he said that it's his father-in-law's car.
Oh, okay.
You good with that?
Let me verify it.
No, do what you do. Let me know what you need. I don't want to really take my eyes off him just yet.
I feel you. I appreciate it.
In Florida, 2 women identified as Makita and Teldra entered multiple Walgreens locations within a 4-8-hour window and removed merchandise. Officers responded to a loss prevention alert and observed both subjects at the scene. Under Terry v. Ohio, a brief investigatory stop requires only reasonable articulable suspicion. Merchandise in plain view and the subject's proximity to a loaded vehicle satisfied that threshold, giving officers lawful grounds for detention. Florida statute. Section 812.015 defines retail theft as taking merchandise with intent to deprive the merchant of possession, use, or benefit. Both subjects exited Walgreens with unpaid goods, satisfying the core elements of this statute. Florida statute section 812.015 elevates the offense when 2 or more persons conspire to commit retail theft across 1 or more locations. Operating together at multiple Walgreens stores within 48 hours, placed both subjects under this statute. Miranda v. Arizona required officers to advise subjects of the right to remain silent and the right to counsel before custodial questioning. Any statement obtained without this warning is inadmissible under the 5th Amendment.
How y'all doing?
Alright.
Y'all all right?
Yes.
Do me a favor. Turn off that car for me. Take the key out. Let me get that. Let me have your license and registration, please.
I don't have license.
You don't have your license on you?
No, I don't.
You don't have it on you?
No.
Oh, wow. You got your license registration on you? Hello, Pastor, you got your license on you? You do? You don't? Okay. What's your name?
My name?
I'm talking to you. What's your name?
My name is Tara Williams. T-A-R-A.
That's your original?
Williams.
Tara?
Williams. Yes.
That's your government name, Tara?
Yes.
Ma'am, you?
D-R-A.
Teldra?
Wallace.
Your last name?
Wallace.
Wallens? Wallace.
Yeah.
Where y'all coming from?
We just came from the store. The drive-thru store right down here.
Which
Right by the gas station right there. I don't know the name of it. I just stopped and got it back and out.
Okay. Look like y'all came from Walmart. Walgreens.
No.
Yeah, I see a lot of stuff from Walgreens. That don't look like no corner store.
Yeah, we went to the...
Okay, stay right here.
Hola. How are you? What's going on? What was that? I can't hear you.
I said, I don't know. He just pulled us.
Okay, you don't know why?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, I'm just here just to back him up. So just hang tight and drinking Mountain Dew. And where you guys coming from? What store? Corner store where? And Walmart. Corner store and Walmart. What's up, man?
Hey. So, on your cameras, did you see both of them taking them, or it was just one of them?
Both of them.
Both of them?
Down and she put it in her purse.
Okay.
One of them had a bag.
Like a bag full of stuff they left with?
Like one of them, was there anything in the purses?
I ain't checked nothing out of that yet. I saw a lot of stuff in their back seat. So.
Yeah, they had a Walgreens bag filled with stuff, but then when my cashier alerted me, it was.
Thank you. Okay. Come on, step out. Straight?
That's my husband.
All right. Go ahead and take off. You good?
That's my husband.
Okay. Take off, bro. Step in my car. Spell your name again? Spell your first name.
It's M.
So now it's M.
Yes, all the phone.
So yeah, all right. Stop. Off flip, you already lying. You go to jail just for lying to me. And you gotta be scared. I ain't even do nothing.
No.
I ain't do nothing. Give me your first name. Listen, give me your first name.
M-A-K-I-T-A Williams.
Now, what's your date of birth?
The Fourth Amendment governs arrest and detention. Graham versus Connor holds that force used during arrest must meet an objective reasonableness standard, judged from the officer's perspective at the moment, not with the benefit of hindsight. Loss prevention helped officers catalog recovered merchandise. Chain of custody from point of recovery corroborates the organized nature of the offense and determines which charge tier applies under Florida statute. Section 812.014. Section 812.014 classifies theft by value. A third-degree felony applies to property worth between $750 and $20,000. Values above $20,000 escalate to second-degree felony status under Florida law. Florida statute section 812.0123 allows theft amounts from a single scheme to be aggregated over a 6-month period. The prosecution combined values from all locations within the 4-8-hour window to reach the felony threshold against both defendants. Under Florida Rules of Evidence, section 90.8036, retail surveillance is admissible as a business record with proper foundation. Loss prevention logs and register receipts corroborate the footage and the multi-location pattern of conduct charged. Florida statute section 948.06 authorizes courts to revoke probation upon a new criminal offense. A subsequent felony arrest within the probationary period triggers revocation, a mechanism that directly shaped the outcome for Teldra in this case.
012586.
Okay. What's your middle name?
C.
C.
Yes.
Okay. You ever been to jail before?
Yes.
For what?
For driving.
For driving?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't have a license.
Your license is suspended.
Yes.
All right. Relax. Chill out.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to.
That is tag one. That is tag over. On it, late total. Alright,
Do me a favor for now. Stay off your phone. Huh?
No, I'm gonna call back my mom.
Yeah, I don't want nobody on the phone for now. Until I figure out what's going on with my partner back there, okay? This guy, I guess you know him?
That's her husband.
Ah, okay. That's your wife? Too much going on right now, so
I know, I want to really hear it. That's the mother of the kid. So I really want to know what
you want to hang tight. We'll talk to you afterwards, but we can't do it right now.
It's Makita Williams.
Yes.
You gonna lie to me again?
No, I'm not.
So if I'm asking you a series of questions, are you gonna lie to me? Or are you gonna tell me the truth?
I'll tell you the truth.
You sure?
Yes.
I'm gonna read you your rights, okay? Chill out. Chill.
Well, great.
Chill out. I'm reading you your rights. Do this for everybody.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. Hey, sometimes it don't work that way. That's what he's doing. He's trying to figure it out. So
I know it. I know it don't work that way.
right. So at the end of the day, if it's one of those things that a warning can be given, that's up to him to do. If
With the fires and all that shit.
I don't think we're worried about that. We're just worried about what he's dealing with right now.
You got any weapons in the car, Shinobu?
No.
You have to right to remain silent and refuse to answer questions. Anything you say to me is used against me in the court of law. You have to right to talk to an attorney before talking to me, and to have an attorney here during your questioning, now or in the future. If you cannot afford an attorney, won't be appointed to you. Knowing and understanding your rights, are you willing to speak to an attorney present?
I can speak to you.
So you're willing to speak with me, no problem, right? Okay. Have I been rude to you at all? No. Okay. Have I tricked you from speaking to me at all?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So, Miss Keita Williams, where were you guys coming from?
I was coming from the store.
What store?
In the Walgreens.
Walgreens. Okay. Did you guys buy those items in Walgreens? Any items at all in Walgreens?
No, I didn't buy anything from Walgreens.
You didn't buy anything. Okay. But did you come out the store with items from Walgreens?
No, not from that Walgreens.
Did not from this Walgreens. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Any other Walgreens? What Walgreens did you come out with? We get that stuff from Walgreens.
I got that stuff from Walmart.
Walmart?
Yeah, I went to Walmart.
You went to which Walmart?
I went to the Walgreens.
What
I
Walmart?
didn't get anything out of there.
What Walmart? So you went to Walmart on Broward.
Yes.
And you grabbed things from there?
Yes.
When I say grab, did you purchase things or you just took them without paying?
I took it.
What are we going to do with these things?
Personal use.
Personal use.
And stuff like that.
You put you in the back seat of my car. I'm going to talk to your friends. You got any weapons on you that you should know about? Alright. I'm just put you in the back seat, alright? Relax.
Makita was charged with felony retail theft at multiple locations within 48 hours, later downgraded to misdemeanor petit theft. She received 6 months of county probation and paid $293 in court costs and fines. After one charge was dropped, Teldra was sentenced to 12 months of state probation, $517 in fines, and over $1,050 in restitution payable directly to Walgreens under the court's order. Less than 12 months later, Teldra was rearrested for retail grand theft, a separate felony triggering probation revocation under Section 948.06. She was sentenced to 90 days in county jail with credit for 37 days time served. Makita receives a C+. The felony was reduced, reflecting cooperation and mitigating factors, but her role in a coordinated multi-location operation reflects planning. The misdemeanor outcome understates the organized nature of her conduct. Teldra receives a D. A second felony arrest within 12 months reflects unwillingness to comply with court obligations. The probation revocation and jail sentence represent the justice system's appropriate response to her documented recidivism.
Okay.
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know. I'm here just watching this right here. When we're done, we figure it out. I promise I can let you know.
Relax. I'm gonna dig in. You got no pockets?
I got that.
Okay. I'm gonna use the back of my hand to wipe your pockets, alright?
Sorry about that. Did you make it out there with it or not?
Pull your shirt. You have anything in your shirt? You have a bra underneath this?
Yes.
Thank you.
Alright.
Officer, and they just gave me like a ticket or something and get this stuff at me.
We'll see. We'll see. Ms. Wallace, what happened? You good?
No.
You not good?
I want to go with my neighbor's too.
Okay, alright.
Nah, this is my father-in-law car. And if y'all don't tell it, I'm gonna have somebody.
This is your cousin? Who's she's to you? That's your friend? Where you guys stay?
She stayed right down the street. That's the closest to she.
Okay, alright. Where y'all coming from? Well, first, before you even ask me, you want to speak to me? Okay. You ever been to jail before? When was the last time you was in jail?
November.
November for what?
Very jail.
Okay.
I just would have appreciated it more if he would have been able to talk to me. Like, I ain't in the way to,
Yeah, but he can't
just get in the way or nothing like that.
You gotta understand. You gotta understand. You just say, hey, that's my wife. He's conducting an investigation. So we don't know how you're gonna get, right? We don't know you just like you don't know us at the end of the day. Right?
I'm gonna read you your rights just like the movies. You okay with me doing that to you?
I'm going to jail.
You okay with me? I don't know.
Yeah.
You should have figured it out. You have the right to remain silent and refuse to answer questions. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to an attorney before talking to me, and an attorney here during questioning now or in the future here with you. If you cannot afford an attorney, won't be appointed to you. Knowing and understanding your rights, are you willing to speak with me now Without an attorney present. Huh? Okay, alright. So Miss Wallace, where you guys were coming from?
I ain't gonna know. You was coming from the, what you going to do with the Walgreens?
Yeah, I was in the Walgreens.
What?
Alright. What were you guys doing in the Walgreens?
Shopping.
Shopping?
Something.
Okay. What is shopping? What's the definition of shopping?
Stealing. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, so no, shopping is not stealing. Wait, so you saying you were
Well, I'm telling you.
you were shopping or were you stealing? Which one? So I know which each one. I just want you to understand which one is what. So tell me, you guys were in the Walgreens doing what?
So you supposed to be in the booth.
Okay. Did you guys pay for it? No. Okay. All right. Yeah, I took all this stuff. Cause these bags, where these other bags came from?
This is gonna put already here as I did.
That's her bag?
But we took out the Walgreens.
Okay. Well, where this black bag came from?
It was already on the floor.
I said, where did it come
Oh,
from?
I don't know.
That's her bag.
I don't know. It was already on the floor.
It was already in the floor. Okay. Did you take anything, put anything in your purse? Okay. All right.
The officers receive a B+. Proper detention under Terry, Miranda advisement, evidence preservation, and loss prevention coordination were all executed correctly. This groundwork enabled the organized retail theft enhancement at charging. The prosecution receives a B. Restitution was secured, the multi-location enhancement was applied, and revocation was pursued on rearrest. Reducing Makita's charge to misdemeanor, however, understated the severity of the original organized offense. This case shows how Florida's aggregation doctrine converts shoplifting into felony organized crime. Combined value across locations sets the charge tier, not each act alone. Coordinating with a co-conspirator amplifies legal exposure significantly. For officers and loss prevention, this case highlights documenting each store visited, preserving surveillance as a business record under Section 90-8036, and coordinating evidence from first contact to build a felony case at the charging stage. Teldra's outcome is the clearest lesson. Probation is not consequence-free. A subsequent felony triggers revocation under Section 948.06. What began as a retail theft case ended in county jail. The law's enforcement mechanism worked as designed. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like discussed in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you found this valuable, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We'll see you in the next one.
Do me a favor. You want to sit in the back seat with her? I'm just kidding. You can put your purse down. Your phone down, so.
Oh my God, I gotta go to jail.
No, I'm just going to put y'all in the back seat. I don't want y'all hanging out this car right now. All right? That's all.
I can't go to jail. I can't.
Forgot about that. Yeah. I will see. But he trying
You
to
heard
take
this
the car.
guy's the
He's a cousin,
right? Cousin.
Husband. So he trying to take the car?
Nah, but I did hear him talking to somebody. See, he said that it's his father-in-law's car.
Oh, okay.
You good with that?
Let me verify that.
No, do what you do. Let me know what you need. I don't want to really take my eyes off him just yet.
I feel you. I appreciate it.
I can see a 25 protocol in there's 4 points.
What's up? Over there.
How you doing?
That's my niece.
Nice nails.
Thank you, baby.
Ouch. I can't tell you too much what's going on right now because I really don't know. He's dealing with it. So once he figures it all out, we'll come and talk to you guys a little more.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?
Oakland Park CST.
So whose car is this?
That's my father-in-law car.
Okay.
Yeah, that's her dad's car.
Who's dad's?
Her dad, Tara. My niece.
Tyron's was driving.
Yeah.
Your wife.
Yes, correct.
Whose car is this?
That's my father's car.
Your father-in-law?
My father.
Oh, your father's car?
Yeah.
Okay. And who is he to you? That's your husband?
That's my husband. That's my home.
Okay. All right, let me verify the car. You want them to take the car? All right.
Excuse y'all what I'm going through.
What's wrong with my knee?
What's household? Hoping y'all.
Yeah, I'll take the car.
I ain't saying.
Go ahead and take it right now if you want.
You guys want to take the car?
Yeah, I'll take the car.
All right. You go ahead and take it right now if you want.
Hey, but I'm saying, what did she do?
Stealing.
Oh, Lord Jesus. No, stealing where, baby?
Walgreens?
Oh,
Yep.
Lord.
But they say you guys take the car.
They stealing that Walgreens.
All right.
So that, you know, that's on the house and tell you I love you, baby. God pray for you.
Who's taking the car?
God make it better.
Oh, yeah, let me get shit.
Yeah, just in case.
Okay.
And then you can go.
Reason why I call her. So see if y'all let me.
Okay. I appreciate it. Well, I'm going to keep mine on. Let's go.
Alright, I'll keep on. Okay, and by the way, the lady says, man, he's drunker than my husband. I said, listen, you just don't make him like that. That's specially made. That's special right there. I said, you can't buy that. She said, wow. I said, you don't find that in the box. I can tell you right now.